parallel activities. Dr. Ritika, we should start, right?
Yes, sir. Sure. Thank you, sir. A very good evening to all distinguished panelists and participants. Bharati Vidyapeeth Institute of Computer Applications and Management, BVI CAM, in association with Computer Science Chapter of IEEE Delhi Section, Consultants Network Affinity CNA Group of IEEE Delhi Section, Life Member Affinity LMA Group of IEEE Delhi Section, Inter-Society Relations IRS Standing Committee of IEEE Delhi Section with the Associations of Computer Society of India, SAFA Society, ISTE Delhi Section, and IETE Delhi Center welcomes you all to this webinar on Daman Thermometer to see facts from rumors. George Washington stated that, "Don't believe in everything you read on the internet just because there is a picture with a quote next to it." This quote indicates the present state of media where, due to the information overload, it is always important to decide whether it is a fact or rumor and whether it can be trusted or not. There has been a lot of negativity around us during this extended COVID-19 pandemic period. Communication is important during the business as usual. So its importance increases many folds during crisis. And now, when we are anxious, stressed, busy taking care of our loved ones or care of ourselves, information overload is a big challenge. Everyone is busy in sending a lot to everyone else. Daman sir will today present his new creation, Daman's Thermometer, that comes handy in such situations in order to see facts from rumors. The best feature of this thermometer is that it works in all conditions: snow, rain, and -50 to +50 degrees Celsius on Earth and in the space, even after the COVID pandemic. There is also a great tool to raise awareness and embed BCM in the organization. This webinar will have live demo with all live cases. Before starting with today's webinar, I would first take this opportunity to welcome amongst us our distinguished panelists for the day. We are privileged to have amongst us a galaxy of experts. I would first welcome Professor Subrata Mukhopadhyay, Chairperson, Consultants Network Affinity, CNA Group, and former Chairperson, IEEE Delhi Section. I now request Professor Subrata Mukhopadhyay to commence this session with his welcome address.
Thank you, Ritika. It's definitely a topic little bit on the other side. Anyway, glad to know something, because nowadays, of course, in the era of information technology, real news versus fake news, so many things are there. So information technology has to take care. Of course, we engineers as a technical way to maybe some sort of a lie detector or something, that to find out what is good, what is bad, and Sieve is being used so to segregate both the things. Let us hear Daman more about these things, because maybe a lot of things he has done. And Ritika has already talked about that it can work in any temperature, any pressure, anywhere, geographically also, out of the universe also possibly. Let us hear Daman. So over to Ritika, please.
Thank you, sir. I would now welcome amongst us Professor Emin Huda, Director, Bharati Vidyapeeth Institute of Computer Applications and Management. And I will now request sir to address participants with his motivating words.
Good evening, one and all.
Good evening.
I take this opportunity to welcome our today's valued speaker and my very old friend, colleague of us at IEEE, Mr. Daman. Topic is so innovative, my dear friends, that in last 1 week, many people with whom I interacted or people who called me up said that IT people, what IT people have to do with fact checking? and then I replied that primarily IT is being used for spreading this rumor. whether it's social medium or whatsoever. But IT has become a kind of such mechanism which facilitates very faster penetration of the incorrect, wrong messages, maybe rumor or maybe something else. So we IT people, we IT professional should also find a way to use IT or IT enabled technologies to check that fact. And that is why under the banner of IEEE with the IT professionals, we are organizing this webinar. That's my response to that. And my dear friends, those who have joined from different parts of the country and 2-3 participants from overseas also, thank you so much to all of you. And I take this opportunity to welcome you all. As Dr. Ritika has already informed you that this webinar is under IEEE BBI Camp series, where many other IEEE societies, chapters have collaborated. And when we started this program around last June 2020, the purpose was that entire world globally was down. People were going into depression. Negativity was moving around us. Learning was discontinued. So IEEE with Bharati Vidyapit took a lead that can we ensure to continue learning despite disruptions. And that was the motto with which this webinar series was started. This is our 52nd webinar successfully. Week after week we are doing. Why we are doing? Because all of you from different parts of the country and abroad are waiting for these webinars. We come up with new topics. There are 8 more webinars right from 11th December till almost 5th of February, which we have already notified. Those who have not registered, I will request you all to go to our link and register. Purpose is again to continue learning despite disruptions. Again, all of you are aware that last 1.5 years since March 2020, and in fact from January 2020, the entire world is facing COVID problem. We were thinking that probably we have come out of COVID, but now this Omicron is again penetrating. We are not sure. In fact, no concrete news is coming that to which extent, which country will get impacted, what will be problem, and whether we are again going to have the similar kind of disruptions which we had in past. Institutions, academia were started reopening, but these kind of problems are again coming in our way. So my request to all of you, मैंने पिछले 7-8 महीने पहले कोविड के इकोसिस्टम में 2 पंक्तियां लिखी थी कि वक्त नाजुक है, संभल संभल के रहिए। वक्त नाजुक है, संभल संभल के रहिए, जब तक न हो बहुत जरूरी, घर के बाहर ना निकलिए। That is valid for Omicron also. And wish you all the best. I'm sure the kind of the speaker we have invited today, he has got a mix of business continuity, he has got a background of IT professionalism, he has created this thermometer. And when Dr. Ritika was telling it works from -50 to +50, I think it will even work at +100 degree. That Dr. Daman will tell us how it will work. But important is, before spreading anything, before forwarding anything, let's doubly check that is it worth forwarding? Is it genuine which I am forwarding? Is it authentic which I am asking other people to know? Because that is very important, because that will create so much of problem in the society. And IT was being used as a tool. So we thought that the IT professional should come forward to make you to understand how can you do fact checking. And Mr. Daman will be presenting us that Daman's thermometer, which will be used to do the fact checking. Thank you so much, Mr. Daman. Despite your busy schedule, you have accepted our request and is here with all of us to address on this important topic. And I will request all of you to join this forthcoming 8 webinars, which we have already announced. And with this note, that the entire process of these webinars, which we have started under IEEE series, under collaboration with all professional societies available in the country, is to ensure that we must bring light from darkness. We must come into a knowledge arena, ignorance. And that's how a great poet has said that उजाले अपनी आंखों में महफूज कर लो. Means keep उजाले अपनी आंखों में महफूज कर लो का मतलब keep power of knowledge as integral part of our personality. And that Mr. Daman will also be doing and telling us that how to ensure that fact checking should become so handy that everything and anything can be checked. So उजाले अपनी आंखों में महफूज कर लो, बड़ी दूर तक रात ही रात होगी. People will keep on coming and keep on posing challenge before us, and only these informations will help us to fight with those challenges. So the poet says, उजाले अपनी आंखों में महफूज कर लो, बड़ी दूर तक रात ही रात होगी. मुसाफिर हो तुम भी, मुसाफिर हम भी, किसी मोड़ पे फिर मुलाकात होगी. Thank you so much, my dear friends. Wish you stay safe, stay healthy, stay vibrant, and continue learning despite disruptions. All the best. God bless you all. Over to you, Dr.
Great, great.
Thank you, sir. I would now welcome amongst us our expert speaker, Mr. Daman Sood, a speaker, author, chairperson, Computer Science Chapter, IEEE Delhi Section, IEEE Ambassador, and International Resilience Trainer and International Award winner. As BCI's Continuity and Resilience Contributor Award Middle East winner for 2020 and Global Finalist, Merit Award Global winner for 2012, Business Continuity Manager of the Year India Award winner for 2009, Continuity and Resilience Contributor Global and India and South Asia winner 2021, DRII's Lifetime Achievement Award 2021 finalist, ILA's Global Outstanding Leadership Award 2021 winner, finalist in Parivartan Sustainability Leadership Awards 2014, and with over 35 years of experience in the industry, Daman is an international resilience trainer and consultant. His last stint was with Continuity and Resilience as an advisor before being COO also with them, and has authored Green IT Maturity Model, which has been copyrighted to Continuity and Resilience. He has also worked with City Innovates Private Limited as COO and with Steria as Head Business Continuity Management UK India and Head Green Activities India. Initially, he worked with TCS for over 20 years in various roles and positions. He has rich experience in organizational resilience, business continuity management, risk management, crisis management, business excellence and consulting, BCM, Green IT, quality, process, Malcolm Bridge, environment sustainability also. He is also a technical expert and lead auditor for ISO 22301 Business Continuity Management System. He is also accredited tutor for BCS Foundation Certificate in Green IT course. He is also an ISO 5001 expert, a fellow of the BCI, a fellow of the BCS, ambassador, and senior member of IEEE. Daman is also a member of All India Management Association, IMA, and member of DMA, Delhi Management Association. A life member of Computer Society of India, Daman is associated with multiple entities to mentor the beginners and the experienced one. I welcome you today to the session, sir, and would now request you to kindly enlighten the house.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm really honored to be here. Happy to see that we have crossed century of participants, and I wish that we cross century of these webinars also under the guidance of Professor Koda. Good evening, everyone. Let me start by sharing my screen, and I'll do a quick question if it's visible to you. Can you see it?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Great. Thank you very much. So this concept, this is not a physical thermometer. In the past, many people asked them how can and where can I get it from, right? So this is not a physical item, it's a concept that has now been copyrighted also. Some of you might have seen this earlier as well. I have done about 10 demonstrations on different platforms, including this platform also, IEEE platform, as well as BVICAM platform, but I keep adding more cases. So this is our growing concept. Looking at the time, we may not be able to go through all cases, but I will attempt as many as possible. All are live cases from our life. Dr. Ritika had spoken a lot about me, so I'm skipping all this, but quickly, 2 points. That on 18 November, I won another BCI award, which is global award. I'm now in BCI Hall of Fame as well. And on 27th of November, I released my second book, My Experiments with BCM, sorry, on a global platform.
So congratulations to you, Mr. Daman, for all these latest achievements.
Thank you very much. I'm showing this screen for a few seconds only. This is not part of the discussion. This is just to generate interest and curiosity. I expect 100 questions to come to me, Daman. What was this slide about? I'll be happy to answer those questions. We'll take more time. That's why I'm not including any discussion about this slide in this evening's discussions. Cases are real, and sometimes perhaps you will see some names also on the screen. My apologies to all those people. Intentions are clear, good, neat, and clean. I don't mean to harm anyone. Can we launch the first poll, please? The first question that comes to mind is, while the platform is IEEE, but the session is or was open to all, so we just wish to know whether you are an IEEE member, existing IEEE member. You have 3 options, sorry. I can see the poll. Yes. Are you an IEEE member? Yes, no, no. But I would like to know more about IEEE membership and its benefits. Quick responses on your screens, please. Even I'm able to submit the response, which is surprising. Okay, good. My suggestion is please close polls in about 30 seconds, right? While the limit shown is 5 minutes, please don't continue for 5 minutes. 30 seconds should be enough for all polls. So can we see the screens? Can we see the results, please? I can't see the result yet. Can anyone else see the result yet?
Mr. Manish, can we show that screen results? Oh, yes, it is coming.
The results, I believe everyone can see the result. So, I said we had crossed century, but it seems some people have logged out, so no challenge. 6 people are, sorry, currently the IEEE members, 22 saying no, 23 showing interest in knowing. We will provide information to them, but 56 have not responded to this one. My request is, please, everyone, do respond to other polls coming up. Our intention is to keep it interactive for you. Let's watch this video. And again, I'll do a quick check whether audio video is clear to all. What you see is audio video clear?
Yes, sir.
Good.
So this is a topic called fake news, which is so important. I hope you can see my screen once again. Right? About a year ago, when I started this concept, I didn't think of fake news. But over the months, this is one of the biggest challenges that we all have been facing. The whole world has been facing. I wanted to play this video as well. Can we launch the poll 2, please? And be very fast, please. I'm saying even 15 seconds, perhaps. Communication is important during BAU, business as usual. You have 4 options. Can you launch the poll 2, please? Agree, do not agree, I do not know, cannot say. Request is maximum participation. And I'm saying 15 seconds, please, so that I'm able to cover more cases, other live cases. My response gone within 15 seconds. Maximum participation requested. I'll attempt to get this data from BVCam and do analysis and produce a report also, which once again will be available to all of you through BVCam. Can we see the results also, please? Results in front of you. 42 out of 102. So Century once again saying yes, communication is important. Still no response from 55 people. Request again to be actively involved in the session, please. Thank you very much. We can move on to the next discussion. This is next poll, poll 3. Communication's importance. Last slide, last poll, we said it is important. 42 people saying during BAU. But its importance increases many folds during crises. And again, you have 4 options. Agree, do not, can you launch poll 3, please? Agree, do not agree. There is no difference between BAU and crises, or I do not know. My response gone. This is a good exercise for you to be a millionaire also. You could be on the show. You need to move your fingers fast. Practice it here.
and win millions there. Can we stop and share the results, please? Results in front of you. 39 people agreeing to that, and that would have been my response also. No one says do not agree. There is no difference between BAU and crisis. 6 people saying and 8 saying do not know. So A is right answer, and I would myself go with that. Communication is important during BAU, but during crisis, its importance increases many folds. That's why there is this different topic subject called crisis communication management. Moving on, next poll base. So this COVID-19, specifically this crisis, COVID-19 pandemic still continues, I believe, across globe. One of the longest crises we might have seen. All in front of you, there was overload of communication during COVID-19 pandemic phase 1, 2, or if you say 3, I believe 3 not yet, not in India yet. And I hope, I wish it never becomes. Submit your responses, please. There was overload of communication during this crisis. Agree, do not agree. C, it was not enough. We wanted more. And actually, when I coined this concept, Daman's thermometer, this was one of the reasons. You may stop the poll and share the results with us, please. I would be interested to see how many say or select option C. There are few, 4 out of 110, very low percentage, but at least some people felt or are feeling that it was not enough. They wanted more. 52 selecting option A, which is my own option as well. And I'm saying this was the place. We went mad. When I'm saying we, I'm including myself within us. We were sharing a lot. We still continue, right? But at that time specifically, I'm saying anything, everything coming to me, these 2 fingers forward, without even reading whether it was right or wrong. And there was a lot. We were seeking information also. If I was sick, I perhaps wanted to seek information also. And then the responses would come. Once again, unverified responses in tons and tons and tens to hundreds to thousands also perhaps. That's where I started coining this concept or devising this concept, and my thermometer came out. Next poll, quickly. What has been your best source of information? Can we launch poll 5, please? WhatsApp, internet and Google, TV, newspaper. Last option, friends, family members, colleagues, and neighbors. My response gone. You may like to close in 5 minutes, 5 seconds, sorry. And we await the results. I'm looking forward to very interesting findings from this poll. eagerly awaiting for the results. Friends, family members 13, but maximum dependency on the internet, Google, followed by WhatsApp. And this is what I had started saying. No offense to technology, no offense to WhatsApp, no offense to Google. But I was saying, please stay away from Dr. Google and Dr. WhatsApp or WhatsApp University. We need to avoid this. There are benefits also. No denial on that. Okay. But friends, family members, which is actually in the lowest category. In some other polls, this is perhaps 90th poll I'm doing on this question. Sometimes main source came out to be friends, family members, etc. That's why I was saying interesting findings may come out of this. Because we trust friends and families. I'm a friend, that's why I'm sharing this with you. Because you're worried about me, that's why you're sharing this with me. We are human beings. This is why we do. So people would say, Daman, can you tell us some good practices about communication during pandemic or anytime, during crisis or during BAU? And only one, I would say, never believe and never spread rumors. As good human beings, this is what we need to ensure. Let's look at this case. Check your mobile. You have received this message in the morning, and please tell me whether this is fact or rumor. From Narendra Modi, forwarded message to you tonight at 8 p.m. So I believe this is not forwarded by Narendra Modi, it's very clear. It's Narendra Modi's message, but forwarded to you by someone. Tonight at 8 p.m., I will announce complete lockdown, 1.5 hours to go. 8 p.m. It's 6:30 now. In the country to manage the 10th wave of COVID-19 pandemic. Please tell me whether this is fact or rumor. Type in your responses in the chat box. I'm monitoring the chat box. Is it fact or rumor? First response, Akshara, fake news. So we take it to be rumor because option was whether fact or rumor. Rumor. Next, Kritika. Quick, please. I'll wait for a few more responses. Horrible rumor. Right. Unnati, rumor. So no one is saying this to be fact. That's great. Thank you very much. I like that. But someone please now type in, why do you believe this is a rumor? You need to give the reason. Why do you believe it's rumor? And I can look for one or two responses only, please. Quickly type in the chat box your reason for believing 10th wave. Okay, that's why you believe it's rumor. Okay, anyone else? It says 10th wave, so that's basically, it seems mostly it's coming out to be because of 10th wave. So question would be, so Daman, how do we know what is fact and what is rumor? I'm saying use this thermometer, please. A text message, believe any text message, unless it is from a reliable source, for example, your family members. Any forwarded message, believe it's rumor, unless it is from a reliable source, for example, your family members. Any audio message, believe it's fake, it's rumor. You may recollect first wave COVID-19 last year. There were many audio clips are going around, especially on WhatsApp, again on WhatsApp. I'm a doctor, I'm in Wuhan or in Japan or in Singapore and have seen this in the city. This is what is going around in the city. Trust me, please, any doctor anywhere in the world has all the capabilities and resources to record a video message. So video is more reliable. So far I'm only saying more reliable than audio. Please, any audio, don't believe unless once again it is from a reliable source, for example, your family members. Believe all these are rumors. Continuing with that, check any picture or photograph, because people can edit pictures very well. And again, source reliable, for example, family members. Any video also, I said video is more reliable than audio, but even videos can be morphed. Videos can be edited very well, and we saw that in the first video that we had a look at about fake news. Unless it is from a reliable source, for example, your family members. Assume this is rumor. Politics coming up quickly. Can you launch, please? Very sensitive question. Please do not mind. There is a reason behind this. So please participate fully. So far, not even 50% people have been participating. So my request is please generate good data for that analysis and report that will produce later. Options, 4 options. Of course, the most reliable in the universe, I'm not sure, but I cannot say that. No, I know, but I am scared to admit this live on this program. D, I do not know. My response gone. So I'm repeating, please do not mind this question. There is a very serious reason behind this question. I request full participation, please. Again, on this poll, I expect very interesting responses, and followed by the next slide that is due to come up for you. Can we stop, please, and share the results? Sorry. Results in front of you. 25 selecting option A, of course, the most reliable in the world. 28, which is the highest response also. I'm not sure, but I cannot say. Some selecting, they know family members are not reliable source, but they are scared to admit. And 5 saying do not know also. This is why this is interesting. This is what we all are saying live about our family members, with due respect to our family members. Remember your responses. The top response also, top response came out to be B. I'm not sure, but I cannot say that. So I'm sharing experiences, my experiences with my family members, right? So due respect to all family members, your family members. So one far related relative got admitted to hospital due to excess dose of kadha. I believe everyone across globe, not only in India today, will know what is kadha. Lot was going around. Take this, you this kadha, right? This mixture, ABC, prepare your own also at home, all those things. She was on deathbed, almost like that, because of excess dose of kadha. Another close relative from Australia wrote that Covishield vaccine was causing blood clots. This is about April last year I'm talking about. Around that time, my father-in-law had a serious acute stroke after taking the first dose of Covishield. So we could have buried that, I'm saying. Another close relative found out that India-made vaccines were banned in Europe. I have not heard this till date myself. I know India had been and has been exporting to many countries. The impact of that his parents refused to go for vaccination at that time. Later on, they have got both the doses, but at that time, they were about to, and they refused to go because India made vaccines banned in Europe. That was the news. And all this is happening within the families. My message is the thermometer rule applies to our relatives also. When it comes to health related matters, please trust WHO, global or local. Every country has WHO. India also has WHO India. Right? So trust them and trust local, state, national health authorities. And then people would say, Daman, what about this news? 37 doctors of Delhi's Gangaram Hospital tested positive for COVID-19. So again, it is about April, May, June last year. I hope some of you, if not all of you, would have seen this. This was also a WhatsApp message. And they all were vaccinated. What is the impact on us? Immediately negative. That means the vaccine doesn't work. I shouldn't go. They also used to wear right masks. We know, all of us, there are different types of masks, and we all wear in different ways also. Many times incorrect mask in incorrect way. But they were doctors, they would have the right masks, and they would know how to wear those correctly. Still, they were positive. So were you worried? Good, right? Are you still worried? Right? Now this question becomes a little dated now. I believe I'm making this big assumption. All of us, 100 plus sitting here in this session, have been fully vaccinated. Extend that to your family members also, please, then, that all family members also have been fully vaccinated. Otherwise, this would have been the question. Are you planning to go ahead, or are you planning to give up? Soon, perhaps there'll be the booster dose coming up. And then if such news come, again, we would be worried, and perhaps some of us would think of not going for the vaccine. Even doctors, if doctors, even after vaccination, can get it, then what's the use of getting it? But did you see this also? Some Dr. Sujesh Shah, and again, this came to me. He writes, we are 500 docs at Gangaram Hospital. 37 are COVID positive, which means 92.6% protection from infection. This is positive news. Someone somewhere will fall sick. Someone unlucky somewhere will die also. But we need to see the huge difference between the previous slide and this slide. 5 are hospitalized, which says 99% protection from hospitalization. 5 out of 500. 5 admitted don't have severe disease, which means 100% protection from severe disease. This is positive news. I like it. Using one's thermometer, I could find, yes, it was right. And then I would say this is fact. And this is good. Let's look at another case. Again, I got this message on Facebook, May 2021. It's in Hindi. I believe most can understand, if not all of us. सबसे शर्मनाक दिन, बेहद दुखद घटना. दिल्ली मैक्स हॉस्पिटल के डॉक्टर विवेक राय ने मरीजों को ऑक्सीजन की कमी से मरता देख कर ली आत्महत्या, सुसाइड, because the patients were not getting enough oxygen. What shall I do? Someone practice what you preach. So I used the thermometer and I could find that this was live on internet. My job is not over yet. Even if it appears to be, the temperature on thermometer is low. On this thermometer, high temperature is good. Low temperature is not good. Okay. It appears to be fact, but temperature is low. So I will do a little more check. I hope you can see my Explorer. I'm assuming this. So someone shared that, and on internet it's matching. Even the face is matching. Name is matching. Due to time, I'm not reading this full, but you can find it yourself. In the detailed note, you will not find the reason of suicide being this as being said in the headline. That because of lack of oxygen for the patients, this doctor committed suicide. This is not evident anywhere in the detailed news. The challenge is that we all don't read the detailed news. We just forward it immediately, or we start believing it from the headline itself. Headlines are very, very bad across globe, by the way, not only in India, I'm saying. And then my thermometer would say this is actually a rumor, even if the doctor died, even if the doctor committed suicide, but the news is a rumor, the way it has been presented and what has been presented. I hope you all, many of you, if not all, many of you would have received this also. Again, another WhatsApp message. The challenge in India is that anything that comes in the name of Gandhi and Tatas, we have a tendency to believe. If we expand this concept across globe, then anything that comes in the name of, for example, Jesus, right? Maybe some other leaders, people have a tendency, we all are human beings, we have a tendency to believe it. So this says Tata Steel will continue to pay monthly salary to the family of all employees who die due to COVID-19. Okay, I want to use the thermometer. I could find exactly someone else on LinkedIn talking about, see, both are matching. But at the bottom, we see what a great initiative, respect Tata. Which person A perhaps has deleted. Everything else is copied. Okay, good. This is from Shubhangi Salvi. Let's check who is Shubhangi Salvi. I would have expected her to be official spokesperson, but she is not. Some global goodwill ambassador. So temperature is low, by the way, on my thermometer. By the way, she has 500,000 followers. I wish I had so many. I hope you can see my slide again. I'm saying this is humor. But I still want to do a little more check. On the same day, the newspaper, it appeared. Times of India, same day. So it seems it's fact actually. But again, if you had time, match the news item with the notice that has been shared. There you would find some differences, which would create doubts in mind, which means temperature would fall down and low temperature is not good on this thermometer. I attempted a little more. My brother works at Tata Steel and I asked him whether this was true and he shared this third one with me and saying, yes, it was true. No, I believe this is fact. I also wanted to check a little more. What is this? I'm still dipping more because it's such an important news. This person on LinkedIn is sharing the same notice, but there is no Tata photograph. See, immediately it's clear. My brother shared without Tata, Ratan Tata's photograph. And this person also not from Tata Steel, but another big Tata Group company, TCS, and a senior person, VP Global Head, sharing this. So already immediately appears that someone has morphed up Ratan Tata's picture and the bottom great respect Tata, something like that. Okay. So people do this and we fall in this trap and we need to be sure about that. But at least because it's coming from two resources, I tend to believe I'm saying it's fact. My brother said he shared this, another Tata person is saying. Okay. Another one from the family. Another forwarded WhatsApp message. What is this? Study by medical fraternity regarding vaccines. My family member doing this. So what? There's some data, some information. What do I get out of this? We have overload of information. Please take care of each other. We are short of resources, including time, right? How does it help me? I'm saying as of now, question mark on the thermometer. Yet another from the family. Again, a WhatsApp message, forwarded one. Nobel Prize winner. All vaccinated people will die within 2 years. Again, I hope you would have received this message. Says who? A Nobel Prize winner. Forwarded by whom? My family member. The impact immediately, me and my wife were not vaccinated by that time, till that time. Immediately, my wife said she wouldn't get vaccinated because she didn't want to die in 2 years, as simple as that. A Nobel Prize winner has said this. Right? And my suggestion to that person, my family member, was please attend this session. At that time also, I was running a demonstration of the thermometer. Other case. This is not family member. This is a professional colleague, fellow professional. No one is safe anymore. Japan's Osaka city crumples under COVID-19 onslaught. What will you do if you get this? It's negative immediately. Some pressure generated. I would like to use the thermometer. So I go to this news. This is the news. I hope you can see my browser now. It's matching. Good. But please go down. Don't stay with the headlines. This is what media is doing, making fool of us by headlines. Inside, there is nothing like that crumpling under COVID-19. No one is safe. What was the message? No one is safe anymore. The news doesn't say anything like that. So once again, not high temperature. Take another case. Take a look at this poster that I have forwarded to you on WhatsApp just now. Assume I have forwarded this poster to you on WhatsApp. What will you do now? Your options. It's from Prime Minister Modi, so I will forward to everyone across globe. It's clearly Government of India, so I will forward this to everyone across globe. C, I do not care. D, we were told in a session that we should never believe the forwarded messages. E, I will use the thermometer. Your responses in the chat box, please. Quickly. First response has come as D. Waiting for a few more. No one going for A, B, C, D. I'm surprised. E. Okay. B also. It's clearly Government of India. Okay. I'm not sure whether it is clearly Government of India. That's the challenge. I need to be sure that it is from Government of India. So option E will be the most appropriate response. I will use the thermometer. So do that, please use it. And what happens if you use it? How will you do? What will you do? You have three options. There is a number given. Please call and check. There's an email ID given. Please send and check. Now the challenge here is that is appears to be, so far I'm saying appears to be Government of India, but look at the mail is Gmail. I would be suspicious of this. I know Government of India has been using some such mails, but should not be according to me, and I will have doubt. And third is visit the ministry website and locate the poster. And this is the best one I did. I found it. And this poster that I'm actually showing you is not a forwarded message. It is, I have downloaded from the ministry site itself. So I'm saying this is fact. So what if you find it's fact? As a concerned and responsible citizen, you will now follow the instructions yourself and may share it with your contacts safely. Around that time, Times of India, you might have seen this also, introduced this service, check fake news service. Send any news item to this number and they will check and they would respond back to you. Now again, it's coming as a news to me. Thermometer once again. I attempted myself. So number was valid. It was on WhatsApp and they did respond. So service was at that time. It may not be active anymore. This becomes an add-on feature to my thermometer. Then I sent few other items to them, and then there was a limitation. That's why Daman's thermometer is still better than this service. That they worked on COVID-19 related news. There are so many fake news. Not only COVID-19 related fake news, right? But they wouldn't respond to that. And at that time, they were operational only in 2 cities in India. That was a limitation. Daman's thermometer is still better. Please use it. How about this one? Again, I received it from someone. I think it was in LinkedIn, as I recollect. I was not able to find exactly this poster, but at least this organization, IFLA, is a real organization. I could find that. I'm showing this poster because what is mentioned makes sense to me. Consider the source, ask the source. What is the source? Read beyond, not just the headline. Check the author. Who has written this? In the name of IT, Professor Hoda was saying that IT created this challenge. IT people had to resolve this challenge. That's why we thought we would do it and we would resolve that. This is 52nd, by the way, in the series. I'm saying let's make a century of these webinars as well. Check the author. Many of the news, again, I'm not sure whether you have noticed this or not written by human beings anymore. Machines are doing, I believe you all know this better than me, whether it is machine language or AR or VR or IL or ML, I don't know what all terms exist in the world today. They are doing it. So there are some mistakes also perhaps. So don't believe. Please check the author. Supporting sources, check the date. 3 years old news is sent today and we start believing that it's as if it's today. Big challenge. Old news being sent now. Is it a joke? Check your biases and ask the experts. So even if I was not able to get the poster directly from the source IFLA, but at least the organization I could find, and what is written in the poster makes sense to me, is in line with my thermometer. So I'm showing this. How about this one? Who is writing this? Again, a LinkedIn contact for me. Dr. V. Ram Gopal Rao. Some of you would know this person. Is the director at IIT Delhi and is fellow of IIT Delhi as well. So generally, anything coming from such a person, I also will have a tendency to believe that it's correct. So what is written? Maggie maker Nestle admits 60% of its food products not healthy. While this is a respected person, I would have a tendency to believe him, but I have a doubt here. Nestle admitting 60% of its food products not healthy. But it was in the news also. So both are matching once again. Exactly. Okay. Then what? I use thermometer and I send this link to Nestle. Which link? This link. Right? Exactly. This is what is in the media about you. Is this correct? I hope you saw my Explorer for a few seconds. Back to slide, and a response came. I was not expecting a response, but a response did come within a couple of days, as I recollect. And as expected, they would deny it. This news is not true. Then the temperature goes low on my thermometer, even if the source was good. I'm saying I'm not sure as of now whether to believe this or not. Another one. While I said latest, it was 17 June. Many more cases have been added. I'll go a bit fast because we want to finish at 7:30. This person, let us also really need to understand. Rahul Neil Money, another LinkedIn contact. Few days before this, he had posted another one. I'm sure we all have this experience. Mails, phone calls, messages, etc., etc. Someone is sick, needs help, please donate. Mostly in the name of a child. And generally, these are fake. Blindly trust me. I want to help, but these are like fake, not true. So I wrote back to him, are you sure you are forwarding this message? And he said, yes, Daman, he proved it, that case was a real case of help. After 7-10 days, this message comes. So I would have a tendency to believe this person proved last time that he was not sharing fake. It was a confirmed case that he had shared. What is the news? Oracle India head, wife booked for cheating customers. Immediately, within minutes, someone else had commented that this person was not the Oracle India head. So even if source was reliable, this would put me in doubt and I would have to use my thermometer. I could see it was in media. But see, three different sources, there are three different views or news. Pradeep Agrawal, who claimed to be IT companies, senior director, his wife booked. Oracle India exec, wife booked in cheating case. Oracle India exec served police notice in cheating case. I'm not sure which is right. Did little more. Oracle saying zero involvement in this matter. But again, I couldn't find this on Oracle India website. It was some news Oracle saying this. And at that time, I had left a message. I had not followed up whether they responded or what did they respond. But to me, this was a very low temperature. And they chose another one. Some hearts would have sunk because of this. What was the news? Again, forwarded message on WhatsApp. TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Cognizant, I believe names known, no doubt should be there. IT firms to lay off 30 lakh employees. And within minutes, once again, a counter. A report on 3 million jobs is 30 lakh means 3 million. Job losses incorrect, IT sector hired 1.38 lakhs in at that time. By that time, NASSCOM is not a regulator, but a body or association of ITES companies in India. So immediately the temperature goes down. Let's use the thermometer. India.com, we had seen this earlier also. At that time, there was news. Later on, they have deleted it, which tells me there is something fishy. Again, let's use the thermometer for this one, right? That NASSCOM saying the news is not correct. It is still live. A report on 3 million jobs loss is incorrect. IT sector had so many. NASSCOM saying, go with deep. Please always attempt to go through the body, not only the header, to understand a little more. Someone like me would understand this easily. For others, I'm telling you why it's doubtful to me. Even today, if you put all these 5-6 companies together, the total employee strength is not 3 million. So how could they lay off 3 million? All 6-7 companies closing together, that could be the only reason of losing 3 million people. So this is not right. I'm saying this is rumor. And then on 8th July, we got something else. Let's look at that as well. TCS employee headcount hits milestone. TCS was laying off. And here we get within a month from June to July. With highest ever new hires in Q1. Once again, don't believe the header. Please attempt to go deep. Total workforce, 500,000 now, TCS on that day. 509,058 exact figure given, and net addition of 20409. Good. What's next? I still don't believe it because it's a newspaper mint. Why should TCS not be talking about this? So let's look at this. I'm saying it matches with what is official TCS. Again, don't believe the headers, even if it's TCS. I'm saying go deep and you'll see the numbers matching exactly. What were the numbers? If you go see 20409 and 509,058, the total strength, 500,000 at that point in time. Now, this is, I will believe it. Next one, important. What I'm saying is it doesn't happen only in India. So very important. Let's go through this also. Again, what does it say? British Airways admitting that 4 of its pilots had died in a span of 1 week. Look at the bottom, please, which is the header. British Airways in crisis talks with government over if vaccinated pilots died, something like that, right? 4 of its pilots died in a span of 1 week. Use the thermometer, please. I hope you are able to see my browser again. So it's in news. Hello, you're listening to Hugo Talks. So this is a audio. This And at that time, I had commented here, which has been deleted, I believe, by them now. But I had asked them to look into my thermometer once again to do this check as well. It used to be here, but later on, maybe they have deleted the comments. If you go back, while some facts were matching, what is the headline that is still not matching? And that causes me concern, and the temperature goes to British Airways in crisis talks with government. It was never nowhere in the news when we go deep into the news. So as of now, either question mark or low temperature or a rumor, even if there was some matches happening. What I've done myself is that I've changed myself after devising this thermometer. I practice what I preach. My forwards have reduced. I'm attempting to raise awareness. This is what about 10th demonstration of the thermometer. And sometimes I remind fellows on their posts. Are you sure? Have you done this? Use the thermometer, etc. This will be controversial. As I'm saying, I've been adding more cases. Some of us, again, if not all of us, from Tata Group, a very respected house in India, actually across globe, perhaps. Okay. The news was that J. Tata, the forefather, had contributed the most in terms of money for the society. Very good. Proud of, right? But you would have to go deep to understand. This is kind of playing with the words. If he contributed $1 100 years ago, today's value will be assume $1,000. So even if I contribute $100 today, he has done more than. This is what it means. So I'm saying controversial with due respect to Tatas, but I would be surprised, and I was surprised that no counter came from Tatas, at least not to my knowledge or not in my knowledge. Wait, where are we? Can you see my slides? Again, someone say yes, no, please.
It is visible.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Daman, it is
Another
visible.
one, this news was being published in the newspapers. I used to ignore it. What is this? We sincerely hope you won't need this. Someone is saying something is available free, because nothing comes free in this world. I won't believe it. But someday I decided to use my thermometer. Number worked. Very good. Temperature is going up. Website worked. Temperature is going up. I called the number that registered my missed call with a meaningful acknowledgement. See, meaningful. Like, I was very happy by this time. Temperature is rising. And they called back as they had promised. They would call back. It doesn't happen in most cases, but they called back with my requirement that I need, assume this is a oxygen concentrator, assume whatever equipment they were offering. They called back. I couldn't take, I was busy. I called back and that number wouldn't work. We know that some numbers are only one way. That could be the user. The reason for that. That when I called, they didn't pick up. No one is perfect in this world. Temperature was high. I would believe this was true, right? But no one is perfect in this world. So what happened? They called me back after 10 days about my oxygen needs. This would be a joke. You know, I could have been dead by that time, perhaps. Do I still need it? I called you 10 days ago. Why are you calling me now? And they called me again. I had told them after 10 days when they called, I told I didn't need. I was just doing a check. But after 7 days, they called again. You had called us for oxygen need, right? And again, but this is fact on the thermometer. This is height of innocence. Again, many of you would have seen this also. How the earth has changed over 36 years. And this is about Google Earth, one of the most respected names. This session is happening through Google, we were told, right? But no one is perfect in this world. I hope you can see this video. It's 3 minutes. I'm not playing it full, but it's showing 36 years history. We know overall how the planet has changed and going up to, let's see here, 15, 18, 19, 20. All right. What's wrong in it for me? What's wrong in it for me? My apologies for this. Again, let's do the temperature check. When was Google Earth launched? In 2001. What they are showing is from in 1984. I have some doubts. I'm not sure. I have some doubts. Another one, in the name of Tata's once again. And you would see timeline is changing. This Olympic, Japan Olympics, Tokyo Olympics were the best for India. So news. Again in Hindi, I'll read it for you. ओलंपिक में भाग लेने वाले सभी भारतीय खिलाड़ियों को टाटा ने दी अल्ट्रोज कार. Okay. And what I find is Tata Motors lauds Indian players who missed a medal in the Tokyo Olympics but have inspired the nation and set the standard for others to follow. Let's see. What does it say? Attempt to go deep, please. Look at the item. Olympic में भाग लेने वाले सभी भारतीय. What it says is who have inspired the nation, who missed a medal, and attempt to see what is happening. Based on that, then I'm saying rumor. This is the cause of concern to me. All Indian players who participated, and there is those who did well but missed the medal. First ultras are rolled out on 27th of November when the Facebook post says to all Indian players. That's what I'm saying, and the link below. Air India acquisition, once again another Tata story, but Air India would be the focus as of now. Again, a forwarded message, and from an ex-TCS colleague. He still is working with TCS. Tata Sons said to be selected as winning bidder for Air India report, right? Let's do that fact check. Okay, Tata Sons said to be selected as winning bid for Air India. Okay, next. Immediately, within minutes, this didn't pass on Daman's thermometer immediately. I was waiting more and got the following by late evening. Sorry, not immediately, late evening. Government says this is incorrect. Well, this was one of the most reliable. A colleague still working with TCS within the Tata Group. Okay. This is also in the news. Both are. All right. Then what? Do a little more, please. On 8th of October, right? Now, this is who is this? N. Chandrasekharan, the group chairman. I would tend to trust, isn't it? He says, Tata Group, we are delighted to be declared as winner of the bid for Air India. Now I trust it. And also a tweet by Ratan Tata. Welcome back, Air India. Now I have a tendency to believe it. Temperature is rising. But still, I would like to do a little more. I want to know it's not from N. Chandrasekharan. This could be a fake ID, not from Ratan Tata tweet. It could be a fake ID, but from Tata Sons directly. And now I believe it. And again, before I take next section, I would like to go through the news, what is being said inside. Please do that always. And then based on that, I'm saying temperature is high and it's a fact. But someone still has doubt. Who is that person? Tata's 2 buy. Tatas have said they have won, but this says 2 buy. And this may be just words, but then we get carried away by the words, and especially the headers. Always look at heading and the body, please. You all would be proud of this, isn't it? India #1 in digital transactions. Again, you might have received this. Some of you, if not all of you. We have bypassed everyone else. I'm proud of. Again, coming from our LinkedIn contact. But I asked this person, what is the source? Because I don't see the source here in the video. Would be very happy to see the and I'm skipping. India has become #1. Great pride for us. But this person did not respond the source about the source. Then the temperature goes down. Anyone could have made this. What is the authenticity? I had a contact, NPCI. NPCI is National Payment Corporation of India, who would have control over these digital payments. All payments happen through them. But that person said figures appeared to be authentic, but it was not created by NPCI. I still have not been able to find who has created this video. So even if it appears to be positive about the country, I'm not taking it to be true. Not yet. We would have a tendency to believe government schemes also. And again, this type of news, I believe this is some Facebook news to me, right? Post office scheme, invest 100 rupees and get 20 lakh rupees in 5 years. Immediately click, huh? I want to just 100 rupees and 20 lakh rupees. 20 lakh is 2 million rupees. Go deep, please. In the name of government schemes, we are being made fools many times. So go deep, understand what it is, see what is happening, right? And you will see different comments, right? Some foul language also used, so that's why I'm not showing all that, but attempt to do. Nothing comes free in this world. How can I get 2 million out of 100 rupees? Too good to believe. That means it's temperature low, it's fake for sure. Without even touching the thermometer, perhaps we should say this is fake. We'll have to see how it becomes. It can become, but not 100 to 2 million in 5 years. There's some calculator available. It will say invest this much for so long, then you will get this much. So principal is 15 lakhs, which is 1.5 million. Then only you get about 2 million. It's a trap. Let's attempt to stay away. Pune airport closure. Again, some of you would have seen. We shut down for 14 days to resurface a runway from 16 October. Generally, I don't believe that an airport can be shut anywhere in the world, a commercial airport. What happened? Get it from the horse's mouth. Then I would believe it. How? This is what I did. Sorry, my mistake. I wrote to the Pune airport. They confirmed that it was true, right? Resurfacing was to be done off the track and that they were closing. Many years ago, it was closed for 2 months. Now from 2 months, you see it has come for 14 days. Exact dates were available to me. That's what I say. Pune airport to close from 15th. It says 14 days from 16 October. Very clear. 15th midnight to 30th midnight. That's why it's a fact. Again, anything positive about India, we will tend to believe, isn't it? But we need to be sure. There is a person called Rakesh Jhunjhunwala who has made this presentation to PM Modi, which talks a lot positive. This is how India economy is going to grow, etc., etc. Again, you might have come across this. Attempt to find out. I couldn't find out. So what I wrote to this person, no response. So I'm not sure. This was news. I could find that this person met PM Modi, yes. But whatever has come in this presentation, whether that is true or not, I'm not sure. Right? So who created that presentation? We were not able to ascertain, we were not able to establish. So we shouldn't believe it. About this poster. Timeline is coming up to October, November. I believe I have updated this thermometer up to November last month. ABCs of information security awareness. Someone shares this once again in LinkedIn or in WhatsApp groups. Attempt to find out, please, as simple as that. Use the thermometer. A lot goes around this in the name of information security also. Prevention, right? What is written makes sense, I'm saying. Well, I'm not an information security expert, but I still could see it was making sense. It appeared authentic because of these names available here. See that? Cert in, right? I could trace it. Yes, it is. It was. I could trace it. They had done this, right? In the interest of time, I'm not going through all the links I had shown you here. How could I find it? From downloads, more, and then posters. This poster created by Government of India agency, CDAC, certain involved. So these were authenticated, certain and CDAC. That's what I'm saying. It's good, and I'm happy to be sharing this with people. I'm happy to be following these instructions. As a concerned and responsible citizen, you will now follow. I will now follow the instructions myself, and I may share with my contacts safely. Case of poor journalism, I'm saying. India on alert over new highly mobile COVID-19 variant. This was a little old. Today, perhaps it's another one, right? It became, within last few days, it started to become a big concern, and within hours, within days, we have got counters also that perhaps it's not that serious. That's what I'm saying. I guess such posts may create panic, undue panic. If you go to deep in the news, no India on alert. And this is what I'm saying. Such news are created by the monsters, by the robots, by the programs. There's no real person behind these. So attempt to think, see what is happening. Who has written this? I couldn't find this person, Sumi Sukanya. There's no concern. Attempt to go deep. You will find that the concern may go down. Tata Power, another one from Shubhangi. Do you remember Shubhangi Salvi? Almost similar. At the bottom was the same colors, yellow and red, and similar bottom and clapping hand. Right? It's in the media. I could see this. I'm saying best source would be Tata Power. So let's look at Tata Power. Achieves milestone for more than 1,000 EV. Doesn't claim anywhere. What is written here becomes India's largest EV charging station. So, not sure. In the name of RBI, then, the regulator for the country. Google Pay, not a payment system operator. This also was one news. I believe it was. NPCI website shows Google Pay as authorized one. Right? Many counters appeared within minutes, etc., etc. That this was not correct. So again, temperature low. Oman approves covaxin. So end of October coming now. This news, and I would again do that check, and I could find this is exactly from the site. Now I believe not only see the press release doesn't have header, so I would have a doubt. There is no header here. There is no logo. How can India embassy issue without the logo? So I had to, I could, and then I'm saying I believe it. Yes, it is right. It had happened. We would have seen this also. India sells petrol and diesel to other countries at half the price. You know, we all, as the citizens, we would start boiling up in anger against the government, whoever is the government at that point in time. Right? Go deep and you'll find that this was, look at the bottom of the picture. The said RTA response could not be located. The said RTA response. It says some RTA is showing this, right? The best part is here. What is that? Let's look at the best part. Some explanation available. In India, assume it is 30 rupees, the cost. After that, tax is added. So it becomes 100 rupees issue. When India is exporting, India wouldn't be exporting by adding the taxes. So India would be exporting at 30. Well, as citizen, I'm not too happy with this mathematics, but logically it is correct. Then that government, wherever, whether Nepal or Sri Lanka or Pakistan, they are adding less taxes. That's why it's cheaper there. Right? Maybe they are better governing governments. Before we start boiling up, before we start making up our minds, we need to think a little more. That's what it is. Coming to end. Last fall, can we launch phase? Were these discussions useful? Yes, Thanks. Yes, thanks. I would like to know more information about IEEE membership. And if you say no, I wouldn't mind. No one is perfect in this world. We would like to do better next time. All seven, please, quickly. Responses in the chat box coming up. Say yes, thank you very much. I'm happy if you're happy. You all organizers, so including BVI CAM, who have organized this. If you say you were happy, you found these discussions useful, we are happy. But can we launch the poll, please, quickly? Chat box is full with responses. And if there's delay in launching the poll, looking at the time, I would like to say that thank you very much to you all. Thanks a lot to BVI CAM for inviting me. If you have any questions ever around this, please feel free to write to me. My coordinates in front of you. With that, I would like to pass it back to host Dr. Ritika.
Thank you, Daman sir. I would say it was actually a wonderful as well as informative session, which
Thank you
I'm
very much.
sure has enlightened the participants on how to identify fake news. There are also some questions by the participants,
Okay.
which I would now take up now with your permission.
Yes, please.
So the first question we have is, how can we ensure timeliness in delivering news while also ensuring its credibility from various sources?
May I know the name also, please? Who has asked this question?
It is from Rohitash.
Okay. My name, I'm not able to ascertain, but it is a very matured question. That's what I mean to say. That's why I wanted to just know who had asked this question. And this is a challenge. This is a challenge, right? Too much is bad, but too
Sir,
less
it is
is,
also
yes.
from Sakshi Agarwal.
All right, good, good. So I'm saying it's a very matured question. Thanks for asking it. There is no one answer to this. There cannot be. That's where our experience has to be coming into picture. If I don't tell you, then you're not happy. If I tell you a little more, then you are not happy. We all will be in this. Right? So there's no one answer to this. Yes.
Absolutely, sir. The next question we have, and this is even my inquisitiveness, is
Okay.
fake news generation only a TRP game, or there is much more to it? And is there any law if the offenders are identified as such?
So this one is difficult one. Second portion, I wouldn't be aware of any law. I assume there is. This is an easy assumption for me. But first question, TRP generation, I would say maybe yes. And maybe it's not only the media. If we say channel, for example, TV channel, that their TRP goes up, it may be paid by me because it benefits me. So that is also a possibility. That why are they doing? Because someone is paying for it. By the way, it becomes a vicious circle also. Chicken and egg story. We watch, that's why they show. They show, so we watch. Right? And they will easily wash off their hands. So a lot of responsibility is on us to watch, to believe, and to use also. Sometimes I believe, still not necessarily that I pass it to the whole world. I need to exercise some controls on myself also.
I completely agree with you, sir. And even one of our participants, Sanjay Behel, sir, is saying that this will come under the cyber laws. So,
Sanjay, I wouldn't mind if you switch on the camera and speak. Can he be made? Sanjay Behal is an expert. I would say global expert in this field.
sir, that's right. But Sanjay sir has joined as an attendee. So,
He cannot.
yes, at the moment, we cannot unmute him.
Okay, okay. So his response that it comes under cyber law, he says there is a law. Yes, thank you very much. He is the best perhaps in the country to talk on this topic when it comes to cyber law.
Sure, sir. And with this, we come to an end to another wonderful session. I would now request Professor Emin Huda, sir, Director, Bharati Vidyapeeth Institute of Computer Applications and Management, to thank Daman sir with this small certificate as a token of remembrance. Sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Daman.
Thank you very much.
This certificate is not for the purpose of certification, but to remind you every time you see this, that you have been part of this wonderful webinar. And through this webinar, yet again, we try to inform to the participants, enlighten them and make them more aware that what are our responsibilities and how not to get carried away with whatever information
Exactly.
in whichever way,
Exactly.
whichever medium is being circulated to all of us. So let's not get carried away. And this thermometer, which Mr. Daman has presented us, the philosophical thermometer with some tips, some links, that will certainly be with us, and that probably will help us to understand which news is correct, which is authentic, and which is not authentic. And at the same time, if even after this we fail to understand, you may take help of some of the friends, any one of us or any of the friends with whom you know can help you to authenticate the news before circulating it to anyone. When I'm talking anyone, even to near and dear one, because through one of the poll, Mr. Daman has very clearly established that the more trust in the information comes when it is circulated by someone near and dear to me. So let's not get carried away and even share to near and dear. So thank you so much, Mr. Daman. It has been very fruitful and useful session. With this, we come to an end of this webinar. And after this, Dr. Ritika is again going to coordinate your call center, which is this webinar room is converted into a call center for the purpose of ensuring that if you have any problem in getting certificate, that will get resolved. Oh, Mr. Daman, you wanted to speak something? Please.
Few seconds only. In the beginning, it was said that this thermometer would work anywhere, right? On Earth, in space, plus 50 degrees, minus 50 degrees. One portion you had said which was not answered, and that it will work for as long as possible.
Good.
As long as we are alive, this thermometer will work. Whether it is for 50 years we live or whether we live for 500 years, this will work. This will continue to work.
Sure, dear participants, now we are sharing the feedback link. You have to fill up the feedback. Dr. Ritika has already given you details how to fill up the feedback form. Preferably use Gmail ID because it is an auto certificate generation server which has been configured. If you give any other ID, probably it might take some time or may commit some bug, etc. So using any Gmail ID, you fill it up. Whatever information you are filling in this feedback form, the information from that feedback form will be fetched for the purpose of generating your certificate. So be careful in case of organization name, write as small as possible because the fields are limited. So if very big name, more than one line, probably it may get interspersed with many other texts. So take care of that. Dr. Ritika is here to help you and facilitate you the process. Thank you so much, Mr. Daman. We will have another session with you that how working from home is becoming a new normal and to in which way it is impacting to all of us, positive and negative, both the sides. So thank you so much, Mr. Daman.
Thank you very much. So we can take leave now?
Oh, yes, please. Oh, yes, please.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you so much, Daman sir. And with that, I'll also thank all our distinguished panelists and participants who have continuously supported us through all our webinars. A big thank you to all of you who have joined us on this auspicious day. Our next webinar is now planned soon. I have already shared the link where all of you can register yourself for the next webinar. Dear participant, this session is now converted to a call center. The feedback link has already been shared with all the participants in the chat window. Kindly click on the link and fill in your details and submit the feedback form to generate your certificate of participation. Few participants who are complaining that the link is not available. The